Solway Firth Partnership wanted to celebrate our fantastic coast in Dumfries and Galloway by encouraging people to go out and explore the cultural, natural and built heritage of the coastline. I'm Nick Coombe and I work for the Solway Coastwise Project managed by Solway Firth Partnership. So we believe that the more people know, the more they care about the coast, and the more they care, the more they're going to want to do something about it, but also tell other people about our fantastic coastline. So Solway Coastwise wanted to engage with as wide an audience as possible, but we have 200 miles of coastline and some of it very remote. In past projects, people really enjoyed coastal walks and the stories linked to features along the coast. And so we decided to develop a project that used place names as a catalyst to encourage people to find out more. In the winter months, we ran a series of talks and word soon got around so that we had a good audience for people who wanted to find out about our fantastic coastline and the stories that it had to tell. We developed a model where we met up with communities in a venue, and after a short presentation and a look at old maps, we then went out to explore the coast. I would say that these were some of the most productive events that we had, really well received. Of course, in the summer months when the weather was fine, then coastal walks were really popular, and we targeted interest groups, but also the general public and education establishments so that they could all go out and explore and discover more about our wonderful coast. The archaeological themes were particularly popular. We discovered lots of things that hadn't been recorded before, so it was a really valuable thing to do. We found salt pans, a millstone quarry, and remains from World War II mulberry structures that had never been recorded before. This was the first time that some of these structures had been recorded, partly because in the past archaeologists had gone along during high tide, so a lot of these remains were hidden. We used lots of media to engage with people. One of the most popular were the coastline guides that we produced. We did one on beach guide, we did one on caves and graves, another one on wildlife that inspired place names, and also one on tidal islands and shifting sands. We also produced 4 exhibitions tailored for the different locations. So we had one in Port Logan, another one at Gatehouse of Fleet, one in Dumfries and another at Annan. So each of the exhibitions were tailored for the location. So for example, at Port Logan we had one that focused on plants, and at Annan we had children's activities like feelie boxes, as well as information that engaged with those particular places. So we're really lucky that the coast is a fascinating subject, so we had no problems in getting articles in newspapers and also in glossy magazines, including a series of articles in our Wigtonshire. We were also fortunate in getting a series of ITV television programmes which featured 4 different locations across the coast. Solway Coastwise got involved in lots of different annual events like the Environment Fair in Dumfries, the Oyster Festival in Stranraer, and our own World Oceans Day events which we held at Port Logan, Rockcliffe and Port William. The Port William event was really good, and we had people showing us the lobster tanks as well as exploring all sorts of different place names along the coast. All through the project we've used social media to keep people up to date with what we've discovered, and we've had a Facebook page. We've also got a web page which people can visit, and a blog which will continue to be accessible, and we've had some fantastic films done showing people the place names along the coast. So the legacy of the project is that the information will still be available electronically, but probably the best thing is that we've built up these relationships and partnerships with organisations and individuals, and that we have lots of people out there who just recognise how fantastic our coastline is through the Solway Coastwise Project.